Mr. Matlala has struck back, right? And he's attacking the team or the Mkhwanazi team that arrested him. We now know, as a matter of fact, that he was arrested by the Mkhwanazi team. Now, he's accusing the very Mkhwanazi team to have stolen one of the most expensive items in a form of a watch that he owned. Apparently, when they came to search his business premises, in his offices to be specific, they took some stuff and returned some, but did not return some. So now he is strategically attacking that as a loophole because he's contending that that is where wrongness occurred. So I want to unpack that. In an article that was released by Sunday World, the journalist there on is Tumo Stone on the 3rd of August 2025. It reads as follows. Vos Kat Matlala's luxury watches missing after the raid. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because, one, we need to ascertain that really the watch was taken by the team. That's number one. Number two, if it was taken by the team, then he's got a case. Nonetheless, let's read this. 2 expensive wrestle watches that police allegedly seized from murder-accused hitman Vusi Matlala during a raid in his residence, or I said offices, but the residence has gone missing, and authorities have not explained their whereabouts. The claim are collaborated by letter on Monday, written to the police by his lawyers, Victor Nkwashu attorneys. A request has been made for the return of the luxury timepieces, and Sunday World understand that the police have claimed ignorance. However, the matter is likely to come under the spotlight as the flamboyant businessman has threatened agent legal action dealing generally with the lack of key disclosure from the law enforcement authorities. Now, this article, this strategy, Kate Matlala, it starts as a watch, but you will soon notice that it escalates from just being about a watch to no. I need disclosure to the documents. I'm being accused, but there's nothing. You see, so you see that this was strategically crafted. That's one. Now I'm going to show you the same strategy that is being used by General Spear in attacking Mkhwanazi legally. Then you realize, there is a strategy that they are using here that it's almost identical. I'm about to unpack. We're about to read this article going down. But before I can take you into this journey, I would like you to not attack me, but rather attack the subscribe button here. If you're not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Because to subscribe, it is free. To like the video, it is free. To comment in the comment section below, it is free of charge. To like the video, it is free of charge. You can also join. Click the join button. Become a member of this YouTube channel. You will pay from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also make use of the Super Thanks button. You can donate from as little as 20 Rand a month as we proceed, right? Seeing that you have done the right thing, they are saying 2 tributes were revealed by several sources close to Matlala's investigations, who allege that the police swooped on Matlala's office and residence in December last year and confiscated several items. The items said the person include Matlala's business firearm, mobile phones, and jewelries. Let me remind you about a video of Mkhwanazi that's when he was speaking about the fact that the team took that and downloaded that and they found evidence. Do you remember Mkhwanazi speaking about something along those lines, right? Where they found the evidence in Matlala's phone. He said it here.
The evidence has been found in the cell phone of Mr. Vusimus, also known as Kat Matlala, which shows the communication between Mr. Brown Mkhwanazi and the Minister of Police, Mr. Senzo Mkhwanazi. As I said, this was the beginning of the closure of the political testing.
So from what I've just proved to you, at this particular juncture, there is no evidence that says they took the watch. There is an evidence that said they took phones. And we now know that the phones were returned back. The firearm was returned. Look, also, they returned it back. But he's saying they also took my watch. It's an expensive one for that matter. Right? Let's leave it there. Then the article continues to say, sources says the phones and the firearm were returned to Matlala late December last year, but the two luxurious watches, which the police deny knowledge of, were not booked in the SAP 13 with the other items. Now, what is SAP 13? SAP 13 refers to an exhibit register police uses for recording and managing seized or recovered goods. In other words, if they have they recover a vehicle that was hijacked, stolen, that vehicle, when it is taken to what we call it a department called SAP 13, SAPS 13. That's where all exhibit, firearm, whatever, it's stored there, right? Then there's a book that they fill in. That's what we are talking about. So what we are now learning is that they checked that, they were like, those things were not there. So you see what now it's becoming interesting, huh? Now listen to this. The person's allegations were collaborated by Matlala's lawyer, later leaked to Sunday World by sources with deep contact in the National Prosecuting Authority. In a letter addressed to the Director of Public Prosecution in Gauteng, Advocate Elizabeth Lee Rooks, Matlala's lawyer Victor Mkhwanazi is demanding that the police give feedback on the forensic analysis into the confiscated items. Mkhwanazi, who is also representing Matlala and his wife, Tsakani, gave state until Wednesday to comply with Matlala's demand or face court actions. The two were nabbed in connection with an alleged plot to kill influencer Tebo Khotobejana, who is Matlala's ex-lover, Tsakani's former friend. Ow! It's so hot. Okay, there are two things here. So one, why did Tebo Khotobejana chose to date her ex-friend's husband? It really doesn't make sense. But again, if the wife of the wife of Matlala is a friend of Tebo Khotobejana, now it tells me that he married an it girl. I don't know, allegedly. You're right. Not everybody who is a friend to some people, they really belong to that group. But I'm saying, somehow it just tells you that, was she not an it girl too? I don't know. But allegedly. Now, the second part that I want you to notice is that it moves from being about the items, the stolen item, now to about the forensic analysis, which has got to do with the case, right? Now, you see that I said it has everything to do now with, we want to know what you found on our phone. Okay. I'm sure one of you was probably asking yourselves to say, why do you now want to know what was found on your phone? Because you will soon know that when the case starts, right? Because right now you are busy dealing with bail. Okay, so if you are dealing with bail, we talk or we do things in relation to bail. Now, I'm going to show you on and about, I think there's this woman, Pisa Ngagula. She tried the same strategy. I think she lost that case because the state were going to disclose everything during the case or before the case starts. So if I'm not mistaken, it is Mapisa Ngagula and this was former PA Ace Mahashulu, Charlotte. She also lost the case as well. So I will see. But let's continue with the article. Matlala's lawyer also stated that their client also requested information pertaining to this case, which was aired by the South African Police Service, the state, through the Provincial Commissioner KwaZulu-Natal, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, on the 6th of July, 2025, to form part of the disclosure of the outstanding information. The request includes the information or item or ostensibly handed to the Investigating Directorate Against the Corruption, a permanent unit within the National Prosecuting Authority. Despite not having complied with both the agreement and the order of the court, the state is funded until close of business day on the 30th of July to remedy its obligation herein. These are the lawyers. Do you see? I told you that it moved from just being about the stolen item to be about the case that Matlala is facing. To from there, it moved to the third point, the allegation that Mkhwanazi made. You know what I'm trying to say. Now, please note that there is an attack to Mkhwanazi and wanting him or trying to force him to disclose some of the information. You're going to notice that sooner in a different application made by someone different. I'm going to unpack that. But notice that. Now let's move to this one. Despite not having, the lawyer said Matlala was particularly aggrieved about the lacquer-style manner in which the state is going about the prosecution of his matter. They saying, firstly, the state effects on the arrest or on a case that was reported almost 2 years ago still request indulgence for investigations. Secondly, it prepares a bail affidavit on information that is not contained in the docket, which is subsequently disclosed to the accused. Thirdly, the state relies and makes use of WhatsApp messages and voice notes that are not disclosed to the accused. Fourthly, the state relies on information gathered following the execution of J51 and J50 warrant of arrest, but refuses or fails to discover the said information, as well as the affidavit in support of obtaining such warrant of arrest for the accused on agreed timelines, to mention but few abnormalities. Now, at this particular juncture, you and I will probably say that, oh, Matlala, you know what I'm saying? But I'm simply saying to you, this is a strategic move, and I want you to understand this. This is a strategic move by Matlala's team to somehow paint a picture of people who are not only targeting me because I'm successful, but they have no case. You know what I'm saying? That's what you are basically learning from what Matlala is basically saying. Simply saying, oh, you know what? I'm a businessman. I'm successful. They are envying me. You know what I'm saying? That's why they stole the watch. Believe you me. Wait until the court starts. You are probably most likely to hear something along those lines. And hey, that is what I'm hearing, right? Two, he is trying to, what he's doing now, he's preparing himself for bail application to say, you know what, when we shall sit down and start the bail hearing, I want to advance this thing that, you know what, the motives as to why I'm here is very much unclear. It's an attack of some sort. You know what I'm saying? That is number two that is being sought. And then three, he's trying to say that they stole items. In other words, these people did not have pure intentions. You know what I'm saying? They are thieves themselves. So the court must rule in my favor because I'm being arrested by thieves. Four, it is the issue of hey, this is very interesting, right? Like before I go to number four, you can somehow sum it up by saying what you are hearing here, it is character assassination of the team that arrested him. There's character assassination to say they are stealing items, and so he's trying to now say that, look, trying to sow doubt in the state's case, right? Trying to say that the state case, oh, that's number four, the failing of disclosure, the WhatsApp, blah 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 blah, of which at this moment I think the state still have the time to disclose some of the information because he has not even appeared for a bail. It's not like, I think it's after bail where they should have disclosed everything. And I'm saying this because under the case having followed the case between the state versus Nozwe Mapisa Ngagula, the former Speaker of National Assembly, you will remember that some information was not disclosed during the bail hearing. It was only disclosed after the bail hearing, right? So please notice that during the bail hearing, some information was not disclosed. It was not until the bail hearing was concluded that is when that information was disclosed. So what I'm trying to say, or what I'm saying is, we might see something like that. And then again, Charlotte, the former PA, Ace Mahashula, you will remember that during the bail hearing, some information was not disclosed. She challenged the state, she lost the case, and then when the state was ready, the case was ready to start, they disclosed everything. And then the case continued. Although on that case, the state lost the actual case, but the argument as to you want everything disclosed before, you are yet to appear for your bail hearing, but you now want everything disclosed to you, somehow to me doesn't make sense. Consider the cases that I've just mentioned now. Somehow to me it doesn't make sense, because I've seen it happening in court where people are saying, look, I'm pointing on reference, or I'm referencing those cases to say, but this case and this case and this case, this is what happened. So what I'm trying to say is that I don't think this is really a strategy to maybe it's not necessarily about the luxury watches, but it's about doing this to discredit the team, because you can already see some things that are being painted: the stealing of the watch, the failing to disclose some of the things. I forgot the other one. You know what I'm saying? It just paints a picture now to say, oh, these people, they don't have a case. They are scared of disclosing everything, because if they can disclose everything on time, they know that I'm going to win the case against them. Oh, the other thing is that they want Mkhwanazi to disclose the information he shared on the when he was doing his press conference on the 6th of July 2025. So they want that information to be included here. But what if that information, what if the state does not intend to include that as part of the information? Why do you want it to be included here, right? Why do you want to argue that here, right? So things like that, they make you realize, they make you go like, But yeah, we're not judges, so let's allow the court to do its work. Tell me your thought and your opinion. What is your... Okay, having heard what I said, having read, having understood everything that I said, what do you make of this situation? What do you say about this? What is your understanding about this matter? Give me your thoughts and your opinion in the comment section below.